Kenneth Okonkwo should be in jail. And it is up to you, Peter Obi, to make sure that it happens. Why should Kenneth Okonkwo be in jail? Kenneth Okonkwo went to channels, gave an interview to Seun Okibaloye, and made allegations against Peter Obi. Watch it.
Voting for NDC and Peter Obi is voting for criminality. And I will prove it with facts. I will call names. There is one man called Obonike Ohebu, the House of Representatives aspirant, Newi North and Newi South, and Ekusigo local government from Anambra State. He sent an SOS to me, and he said that Peter Obi is now the head of the criminality, that they were scammed in NDC. And he said, Okonkwo went back to his people and made sure that every constituency produced one candidate so that they will not be scammed. But Peter Obi told them that all of them, the aspirants, should go into the field and that they thought they were going to have primaries. Remember, Sereka Dixon came out and said, once you pay your expression of interest form, you are not going to pay any money. When you are now the one that is nominated, that's when they will take nomination fee. And all of them ran into it. Then Peter Obi and the leaders of the Southeast now went and told them, anybody who wants to be House of Rep person, after paying that expression of interest, must pay 10 million naira bribe. And Senate, 20 million naira bribe. When they were
bribe to who?
Bribe to the NDC and the caucus. They call them caucus leaders in the Southeast. This was what he wrote it and sent to me, and sent me the receipt, because they told him he needed money to campaign for his presidency. Now, when they were told individually, so they thought they were now the chosen candidate, that maybe that is the nomination fee. When all of them paid, they discovered there were many. Then we are now told to go into the field for direct primary. And when they now went into the field, they thought that there was going to be genuine primary. And as they were in that field, killing themselves, Peter Obi was in John Wood Hotel. He mentioned the hotel, writing the list of candidates. And after that, they submitted it. You know what he said? He said, I am not disappointed that I lost the ticket. I am rather disappointed that I invested my time, resources, and reputation in a process that is becoming increasingly opaque and inconsistent with the democratic principles it proclaimed.
Now, Kenneth Okonkwo made two grievous statements, calling Peter Obi practically a criminal, and not just a criminal, the head of a criminal enterprise. If that is not defamatory, criminal defamation, I don't know what is. He made categorical statements that he did not verify. Can Kenneth Okonkwo hide behind the fact that somebody told him something to repeat that statement on national TV without verification? Can he hide behind that? Is that a defense against criminal defamation? Is it? He said somebody told him that Peter Obi was in a hotel writing the list of candidates against what the Electoral Act prescribes. In fact, he said Peter Obi was in that hotel writing that list after Peter Obi deceived all the candidates to pay 10,000 naira and told them that there was going to be primaries, and that eventually there was no primaries, and Peter Obi was now writing the names just like they did for Atiku in ADC. And that Peter Obi told the person that Peter Obi, needs money for his presidential campaign, and because of that, they must pay bribe. Very criminal allegations he's made against Peter Obi. Now, I will be disappointed and unhappy if no action is taken against Kenneth Okonkwo. Criminal complaints must be filed to the police on this. If you don't file criminal complaint and let there be a criminal investigation into this matter, file criminal defamation against Kenneth Okonkwo. Many Nigerians who saw that interview yesterday will run with that interview. And that may affect your chances in the 2027 elections. So I know you're a man of peace. Everybody is your respected brother, Mr. Peter Obi. But this has gone beyond something you should be quiet about. It has. And I'm saying this because of the interview you gave in America, calling Kenneth Okonkwo your brother. Action must be taken. The man that that Kenneth Okonkwo claimed told him all the lies that he told on national TV. That man has also come to Channels TV to deny. He did not only deny, he exported their conversation and presented it to Channels TV hosts. And in all of the conversations, there was no point in time when the man said or told Kenneth Okonkwo that Peter Obi asked for 10 million. Peter Obi says he needs money for his presidential campaign. There was no point in time. If you have not heard the man's denial, please hear it.
What I'm addressing now, he said that Peter Obi told us to go and pay 10 million naira, that he needed the money for his campaign.
10 million naira bribe.
Bribe. So and I'm saying that 10 million naira I paid for the information which is in the message I sent to you too. For the information I got from the National Secretary was paid in the account of the NDC.
Can I ask you a question?
The FCMB.
Are you dissatisfied with your candidate, the presidential candidate of your party? Do you have an axe to grind with him?
I have no personal issues with him.
You have no personal issues?
I have no personal issue with him. And I will appreciate, I will appreciate these answers if I finish responding to what Kenneth said.
Yes, I'm just asking that because based on the conversations that you had with him and which you also transmitted to me, I can see that you had, apart from the fact that you sent this particular message, you said you sent it as a broadcast.
No, this particular one is not a broadcast. The one that I said that is a broadcast is one that, if you look at that message, the first message that you got is one that has to do my address to the people of Nnewi North, Nnewi South, Ekwusigo, NDC members.
Yes.
So in that message, even in this one you have, read it, the National Secretary told me.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, you were aware, because he said he was going to use what you had told him as part of his interview yesterday.
Yes.
You were aware that he was actually going to use it as part of his interview.
What I told him, not what I didn't tell him.
Yes, what you told him.
Yes.
And clearly, your dissatisfaction, you were not aware of how he was going to use it, but you were aware that he was going to use it. And he is a member of another political party, of a rival political party. You were aware of that?
Yes, I'm aware.
Weren't you? So, I mean, there are certain things that you said here which would have given him ammunition. Let me give you this. Let me read this part.
Can we finish with what he said? Can I respond to exactly what he said?
Okay, go ahead.
So, let's limit this to what he said, I said.
Okay.
So, he said that the National Caucus told us to pay 10 million naira. That is the issue. I never said that, and it's not in the message. And I will want this conversation to limit it to what he said, I said. What he said on the national TV. That message he cited is that I said he asked us to pay 10 million naira. That's what I'm still talking about.
Yes.
So I'm telling you, Peter Obi never told me to pay 10 million naira. I never told Kenneth Okonkwo that Peter Obi in any way told me to pay 10 million naira. The person who asked me to pay 10 billion naira is the national secretary.
Yes. Okay.
So I also mentioned that the caucus, he said the caucus leaders.
Yes.
I told him I never had a meeting, any consultation, any meeting at all where consensus was discussed. So I could never have been in the position to have been told by the national caucus to pay 10 million. I'm talking about the party who is shifting blame. As a matter of fact, let me tell you, I'm even disappointed. Like this morning, I was reading through Valentine Obienye's web. He's taking on me that I didn't support His Excellency when he was governor. He was searching my history. Unfortunately, the statement that was issued by the National Secretary, shifting blame of the inefficiency of the party to the Southeast leaders. And the irony is that that message that was issued by the National Secretary only addressed issues raised in the Southeast and shifted the blame to the leaders of the Southeast. Did I say that he asked us to pay 10 billion naira? I never said so. If you see that, please. If you see where I accuse Peter...
We have since agreed on that.
You agreed on that. Do we also agree that I never in any way told him that the Southeast leaders asked us to pay 10 million? Do we agree on that? In the entire conversation I had with him.
I did not see that expressly stated here.
I was clear. I'm trying to read that message. I was clear that the party that failed to do what... I mean, you are mixing it up. I was clear the party that failed to organize primaries, announce results and issue results are shifting blame. So it's clear that my anger is against the party. I have a process that I'm going to fight this morning. It's against the party. So if you now lift my anger against the party and put it on a candidate...
There are several things in the past that have happened, and I called for legal action, and it was not heeded. This one, Peter, Gregory, Obi, you must heed this one. Oh. Tanko Yunusa, you guys must convince Peter Obi to file criminal defamation charges against Kenneth Okonkwo to nip this nonsense in the bud. I have seen many people go on social media to just tell lies against Peter Obi. The only solution against such lies, and it's not only Kenneth Okonkwo now, there are other persons apart from Kenneth Okonkwo, that go on social media and begin to tell lies. They know what they are saying is lie. People like Sheyilo went on national TV, they know what they are saying is a lie, but they twisted it. So if Kenneth Okonkwo is not used as a scapegoat, it can come back and hurt and bite us in the nyash in the 2027 election. My own not pass like this. So again, we must take note at this time. There are many ways to kill a rat. There are many ways to rig an election. In a previous video, we identified 5 ways that the APC or Tinubu can use to rig the 2027 election. One of it is propaganda, like this one that Kenneth Okonkwo engaged in. Now, the intention of propaganda, what is it? Do you know why people engage in propaganda? Is it only to convince people to support their candidate? No. To discourage people. There is a video of Pastor Biome saying that he's not voting again. Why? Because of past events that have now been rolled up in narratives and propaganda. Many people will become discouraged when they hear such propaganda that, oh, the 2027 election is already rigged. So we must take action to counter that one. The second one is the one that was revealed by Lere Olajide, Olayinka, where he exposed the PVC details of Emeka Ike. Blessing in disguise. But what is the solution to that? How do you counter that? And what is the effect of what Lere did? Vote rigging by voter disenfranchisement. Rigging by voter disenfranchisement. Because all voters' details are on the CVR admin server. So if Leroy Layinka has access to somebody, an internal staff of INEC, that has access to that database, what it simply means is that they can have access to all the phone numbers. They can have access to the details. They can change people's polling units without the people's knowledge. What Leroy Layinka revealed by his action in his attempt to mock obedience is very crucial for the 2027 election. Very, very crucial. It means that if Tinubu or Wike have access to internal staff of INEC, they can get access to those voters' details and change their polling units. If this is done across Nigeria, you can disenfranchise 20 million voters. Those 20 million voters across different polling units will just go to their polling units, they can't vote. That's one way that Lere Olayinka's action exposes rigging by voter disenfranchisement. Another way is the internal staff of INEC can be accessed to get the phone numbers of voters, and then they could be sent false messages on election day that their polling unit has been changed. And these two can disenfranchise millions of voters. So it is very critical that we take action to counter this. What do we do? Is the solution to call for the resignation of INEC chairman? Is the solution to call for the resignation of Tinubu? Tinubu must go. The only way, the best way for us to remove Tinubu now is not to beg him or to protest that he should resign. Is to embarrass him and disgrace him out of Aso Rock at the elections of 2027. So calling for INEC chairman to resign will not change it. The people in the IT department of INEC will still be there. We are told that that staff that leaked that information has been arrested, is in DSS custody. We don't know who the person is. When they finish their investigation, whether that person will go back to INEC, we don't know. And we don't know if there are others like that internal staff, which certainly there will be. So the solution is not to say INEC chairman resign. That is the lazy approach. The best approach is for the opposition to come together now and do mass voter education. Create a website, create a WhatsApp infrastructure, and educate voters, educate Nigerians that if they have issues with changing their voter polling unit, or they get text messages that their polling unit has been changed when they did not request it, they should contact such website, contact such phone numbers, contact such WhatsApp infrastructure, so that you can have a list of Nigerians that have fallen victim to this method of rigging by voter disenfranchisement. If you do this and you do it well, and you have a list of 10 million Nigerians complaining about how they have been disenfranchised, whether by false messages or by inability to vote, that can be used to now get INEC to probably extend the CVR or go to court to get an order compelling or mandating INEC to do the right thing. Action must be taken. The second critical method of rigging, which is method number 3, which is rigging by vote manipulation, is the one that Vote Watch actually covers. Fellow Nigerians, I want to invite you to join us in a live demo, June 10, Wednesday, 2026. We are doing a live demo right here on YouTube and social media. If you can join us. I encourage you to do so that you can see Vote Watch in action and see why you need to support Vote Watch immediately. Before we close, please, if you know somebody who knows somebody, tell Peter Obi that Kenneth Okonkwo should not be allowed to go scot-free on this one. He should be used as an example. He should be used as a scapegoat. He should not just be opening that his big mouth to spew lies when he knows they are lies on national TV. Very, very important.